All right, so you do 4 platoons and 7 years at Team 3. You leave there in 97. You go to the jump team. Talk about the jump team a little bit.
Scariest job I had in the Navy until people started shooting at me.
Yeah.
We would jump into all kinds of crazy stuff. It was a blast, though. Did about 1,500 jumps over a 3-year period. At the time, it was all SEALs. And we got to pretty much pick what shows we went to.
Is there any that stick out as being the best and the worst?
I like Kansas City.
Like the Chiefs or what?
Yeah, the Chiefs games.
What was it about Kansas City?
The fans are pretty awesome. And they have block parties. And they block traffic off and have parties out in the street during the home games. So we didn't only get to jump into the stadium. We got to jump into downtown and parks downtown, fly by skyscrapers and stuff. It was great.
Was there a worst show?
Worst? I don't really have any that come to mind. I landed off once. I was supposed to land on a pier in San Diego.
Tell me about that.
I was the only one that landed in the water. Everybody else landed on the pier.
How much shit did you get for that?
Oh, you catch a lot of shit in the SEAL teams for everything.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, that's like epic fucking.
Well, that and then I fried the AAD, and the riggers got to clean all that stuff up. So it cost me a nice bottle of booze.
Yeah.
Every time you pack a reserve, I've had 9 cutaways.
Really?
Yeah.
So
keep buying booze for all these riggers.
So on the jump team, you said you have 9 cutaways.
9 on the jump team, just 6 on the jump team.
You've had 3 outside the jump team?
I was working at TradeEt until like 5 months ago. I was teaching military free fall for a while until I tore my peg off my arm. I had 3 cutaways there because my back wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
And I went and taught CQC in South.
Can you walk the listener who has never parachuted or seen parachute ops what that cutaway process like, or just pick one of your cutaways and walk us through step by step what that is like?
Okay, well, the last 3 were due to prior injury. I had 2 rounds go through my scapula, shattered my scapula. And I'd been jumping over the years, but not like I was with these guys. We were jumping 4 to 6 times a day for 2 weeks. And come to find out that my back locks up and seizes on me when I go to occasionally when I go to reach for the throw out. And then my whole right arm's useless. So the throw out it's called a bottom of the container. So you reach behind you, pretty much right next to your butt, and you pull out a hacky sack and you throw out a pilot chute. Well, my back seizes up, my right hand doesn't work. So I would have to cut away. Usually, I mean, even on a high speed. This is what's called a high speed. There's nothing over top of you. So you got high speed and low speed. So these last 3 when I was working at TradeEt were high speed. I never got my main parachute out.
TradeEt is the training detachment for you civilian assholes.
So that the first 2 times, I can't believe they let me jump.
So just so that I'm clear, right? So you jump out, and because of your injuries, you physically can't reach behind your back to grab.
Correct. My whole back seized up, and my hand wasn't working, so I couldn't grab the throw out.
So you're basically just floating there, unable to deploy it, right?
Yes.
And then so
I was able to pin my arm and come up and actually cut away the main, because you don't want the reserve coming out with an attached.
Yeah.
Even if it is a high speed.
What's the difference, high speed, low speed? Talk the distinction between the two.
A high speed malfunction means that a parachute never comes off your pack tray. And a slow speed malfunction is when you have a parachute over top of your head.
And it's just
but that could be fast too. I've been in wraps with 7 dudes, and 4 parachutes are completely deflated.
Really?
And the other 3 are partially inflated.
I'm assuming that's one of the cutaways, right?
Yeah, those were my first ones down in Key West. It was crazy. I was even on the jump team anyway. I actually had orders to Buds, didn't want to go to Buds, and just kind of ran into the jump team having tryouts. I only had 30 jumps, maybe 32 jumps.
Yeah.
When I tried out, I didn't think I was going to make it. I just wanted to jump those parachutes. We got 50 jumps, but I wound up getting picked up for the team, so did that for 3 years.
Yeah. Going back to the cutaway process, I guess, what's for you? I mean, even having been through it 9 times, is there an element of holy fuck that's going through your mind while that's happening?
No.
I guess take the 3.
The holy fuck happens when you get on the ground.
Yeah. I guess take the 3 out of the equation that are just from injury. The prior 6 that were, essentially fuck ups where, it's an actual malfunction with the parachute. Didn't have anything to do with you necessarily. Can you walk us through kind of the mental process that takes place during that time? Is it default to training like most things, or are you thinking about it?
It is. When we talk about that gunfight that I was in, and all these parachute wraps that I've been in, everything has always slowed down to the point where I've had plenty of time to observe it and figure out what I'm supposed to do. I wish I could do it without being under such high stress, but it's like I distort time and everything slows down. So on the jump team, we do what's called Canopy relative work. And
say that again.
Canopy relative work.
Okay.
It's called crew. It's the initial move to build formations under canopies to link up with each other. The first move you do is you take a parachute and you hit a dude in the back, and he grabs your lines and slides down your lines, and you just keep building guys on top of that and build formations. Well, in Key West, there's a lot of wind shears, and we were doing what's called rotations. So you have a 7 stack, sometimes more, sometimes less. The guy on the top pops off the top and then does a front riser all the way to the bottom guy. And when he hits the bottom, the next guy flips off the top. And just basic crew rotation. And the wind shears were just so bad out there that 180-degree wind shear at 50, 60 miles per hour does funny stuff to parachutes.
So what exactly happened then?
Oh, a couple times we were doing those rotations, and we would do clear and pulls, hop and pops at like 12.5.
Can you describe some of that? Realize most of these people have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
I grew up in the SEAL teams. Everything's just
yeah. For those that didn't,
a clear and pull is when you jump out of the airplane at 12,500 feet and immediately open your parachute, and then we do crew all the way down. Do the canopy relative work. What was the question?
Well, there's that, and there's hop and pops. Just realize that when you're saying this, what you and I understand as acronyms.
I'll get better at this.
Most people are probably sitting here like, the fuck is he talking about? So, the clear and pull, you described that. The hop and pop, just again, for somebody that's never jumped out of an airplane, I think there's a lot that just isn't known, and so
hop and pop, jump out and open your parachute immediately. Yeah,
and that's usually at 12,500. Is that kind of the average?
Yeah, that was our working jump. So
all right, so you're at 12,500 feet. You jump out, and this major malfunction. You jumped out at 12.5, and was that a hop and pop type of thing? Or
yeah, all the cutaways I had down there. I had 2 cutaways on my first winter training down there. We'd go to Key West for a month in January, and I had my first 2 cutaways down there.
Yeah,
because of wind shears.
And so I guess walk us through. You jump out, and then what happened?
Like we were talking about earlier, building 7 stacks. So 7 dudes fly up, they hit each other in the butt, your feet and everybody else's lines, guys popping off the top and hitting the guy on the bottom.
Popping off the top of the canopy?
The 7 stacks, yeah. So there's 7 parachutes flying. The top guy pops off, he flies all the way down to the bottom. Okay. And when he gets to the bottom, this guy pops off and he flies all the way down to the bottom.
So it's like an elevator almost, like you're like a...
Yeah, and when you're good at it, you can take the nose of your parachute and you're actually clipping the guy's tail. Like your nose is hitting his tail on the way down.
Oh, wow. It's almost like a Pez dispenser, right?
But the margin of error is pretty... When you miss, you get into a wrap.
Yeah. And so that's where your parachute wraps with another parachute.
Yeah, and I've seen 7 stacks turn into a big mess where there's 3 or 4 parachutes deflated. The other ones are partially inflated, flying different directions. Just looks like an amoeba.
And so at that point, does everybody cut away then?
No, it kind of works itself out. Usually a handful of guys get popped out. By the end, it's usually only 2 guys that are kind of hooked up.
That they'll actually cut away from their main chutes and deploy their...
Or 1.
Yeah.
I've been in a wrap that had 7 dudes in it. Everybody got punched out. Nobody had to cut away except for me because my retraction system was attached to another guy's retraction system.
Okay.
And we were having a conversation in a helicopter spin. He was telling me to cut away. I was telling him to cut away.
Yeah.
No, you cut away.
It's like fucking Top Gun, right? Like playing chicken. At what elevation are you at in most of these times? Obviously, it's between 12.5 and 0, but is there a point at which...
The lowest malfunction I ever had was at 1,500 feet. That was kind of scary.
So you cut away at 1,500?
I had to do a canopy transfer. My reserve came off my back in a formation at 1,500 feet.
So describe that, because I don't even understand that, I guess.
Okay, so we were in a 2-stack, and I was underneath the guy that was piloting it, and I felt my reserve just fall off my back. We were already underneath our main parachutes. So when that happens, you either got to gather it up, or when it starts to fly, the way we teach guys is when it inflates and gets to about shoulder level and it starts to come up, you can cut away and do a canopy transfer. You fall up underneath that, the main parachute goes away.
Okay.
Or you can fly both the canopies, which is just as safe.
Yeah. But you cut yours away, or you flew both of them?
No, I did a canopy transfer.
And so what is that? How does that work?
Well, the main parachute goes away and you just fall up underneath the reserve.
When you say it goes away, you're cutting it away?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you're just under your reserve at that point.
Correct.
And with the reserve is quite a bit smaller than the main. You're traveling faster under the reserve, I'm assuming?
You are. There's a difference in sports parachutes. Yeah, the reserves could be a little bit smaller. They're designed to open up from a standstill inside of 400 feet. So they open fast.
Yeah.
They open fast.
And this is what you're jumping? The sports ones at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I've got more jumps on sport rigs than I do on
Military.
MT1 XX. And
Yeah. It was the military version of free fall parachutes. Was that the closest call you ever had?
There was like 5 events on the jump, 6 events. 2 of them were broken lines. The other ones were all crew, and the one canopy transfer.
Yeah.
So 3 wraps. We got a bunch of parachutes from the manufacturer, and I think they used the wrong thread. And we just had lines that were popping off parachutes, and whole cells were blowing up. And
yeah. So the jump team to me is kind of a strange animal, in that I get the recruiting piece. That's an important component, but I mean, a lot of guys have gotten fucked up over there. It seems bordering on counterproductive from my standpoint. What is your take, having actually been there? And I'm sure you know some guys who have either lost their lives or gotten fucked up to the point where they had to retire or what have you.
Well, Jeff Smith is paraplegic from the sternum down because he landed in the Jack Murphy Stadium on his butt, had a compression fracture. Tommy Marquis, who's gone now. Watch that dude fly into a bunch of seats and rip up seats in Qualcomm and walk away from it. Tommy was one of those guys get hit with a bat. And,
yeah.
There was a lot of injuries.
But I mean, do you think, like, looking at it from the big picture, that it's worth having around?
We don't need recruiting into the SEAL teams anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
does the jump
there's
team
a waiting
still
list.
exist?
Yeah, but I think it used to be all SEALs, but the Navy changed it. They had to leave it open to everybody, so I think it's more boat guys and EOD.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like air shows. Like, it's cool, but it's kind of like, at this point, it seems fucking counterproductive. Like it's more trouble than it's worth, But
it was fun.
Yeah, I don't doubt.
There was nothing going on 96 to 99.
Yeah.
They used to call us the leap fags. I'm like, man, what are you guys doing? You're doing a whole lot of nothing just like us. So
yeah, you're just doing it at air shows and fucking football games, right?